Hello guys, happy new year. I am back at university now, literally got back today. I haven't even unpacked yet, so we're gonna ignore all of that. That's why we're sat in the dark. Also, my hair is blue now. How are we feeling about it? I kind of preferred the red, but also kind of liking the change. And anyway, since it is the new year, I have been making some goals which I'm gonna share with you guys today. These aren't like necessarily resolutions, they kind of are, but like just general goals. This is actually going to be like a little mini two-part series. So in this video I'm just going to be giving you a list of all my general goals for the year, and then in the next video, which will be out on Wednesday, then I'm going to be showing you guys how I actually intend to achieve all these goals. Follow along if you want, that'd be cute. Like, write yourself a list of your goals for the year. You can take some inspiration from this video and then come back on Wednesday, turn on your post notifications for part 2, and we can like plan our year together. So since it is 2021, I've got 21 goals, and like I said, these are like quite broad goals which I'll like narrow down into like more specific goals in the next video. And I've split these into 5 categories, I guess. So the categories are, one is like physical, like things that I want to obtain or like experience. The second is school, like university goals. Third is social media and like YouTube goals. Then I've got like more skill related goals, and then the last section is just other, just for the ones that don't fit into any of those categories. So starting with the like physical goals, because the biggest section. The first is to get at least 1 new tattoo, preferably like 2 or 3, but tattoos are obviously expensive and I have got more important things to buy this year, which I will get to. But yeah, obviously I have only 1 tattoo now and I still love it, but the novelty and like the newness of it has worn off at this point, and like I want a new one. And I've got a few like ideas for some tattoos that I do want, so I might be getting some of those soon. The next is to basically buy all new clothes. Not that I can afford that at all right now, but basically I have only recently actually started to figure out my style, and so now all my clothes don't match that whatsoever, but I don't want to get rid of them because I am a hoarder when it comes to clothes, even though I literally don't wear like 90% of my clothes. So I really just need to like get rid of all the clothes I know that I'm not going to wear, maybe sell some of them on Depop if I can figure out how to use a post office, and then yeah, buy new clothes in my actual style that I know that I will actually wear. And yeah, that is that's that one. So the next one is kind of one of the smallest but also the biggest goals on this list, and it is to get my own apartment. So obviously I am at university, I'm in student accommodation now, but I'm gonna have to move out into somewhere else for my second year, which is why this is kind of an easy one, because it's kind of inevitable, like I'm gonna have to move somewhere. But being able to actually get my own apartment is like a whole other thing, because obviously that is a lot more expensive than student accommodation or sharing, like having a roommate, because I just really don't want to have roommates next year. Like, no offense to my roommates, but I just don't like living with people. Happy to have the experience now of living with people so that I know what it's like, and I know that I don't want to do that again, but yeah, if I can afford to get my own apartment for my second year, definitely want to do that. Next one is also a pretty big goal, and that is to get my driver's license, and then also possibly a car. That's slightly less realistic, but even if I can't afford to get a car next year, which I probably won't, but we can dream, then I at least want to have passed my driver's test, which to be fair I should have done last year if it wasn't for the whole pandemic. I probably would have passed my test already, but whatever. But if I do get a car, then that will make the next goal like a lot easier, which is travel to cities. I just put cities as like a vague thing, which I will, like I said, make more specific in the next video. What is all these hand movements? But yeah, I want to travel to some different cities, such as London I really want to go to, and Leeds and Manchester. I have been to all these places before, like multiple times, but I want to go, for one thing, potentially like by myself, especially to London. I want to go to alone, because basically once I finish university, then I really want to like move to a city. I don't know which city yet, that's why I want to go and like look at them all, and those are the only 3 cities that I can even think of, so we'll go to those ones first. And then the last goal in this section is to go to concerts. Obviously that might not even be possible, but if/when it is, hopefully fingers crossed it will be this year, then I really want to go to at least 1 concert. Like last year I was meant to be going to see Conan Gray, and that obviously got cancelled, so if I could go see Conan Gray this year, that would be immaculate. Or a Billie Eilish concert, but that is more of a life goal than a this year goal. Anyway, moving on to the next section, which is university goals, even though these aren't even really university goals, but there's only 3 for this one. Let me explain. So the first one is a university goal, and it is very vague, and that is just keep on top of my university work and actually like do it well, you know? Like, I want to pass everything this year, even though the first year doesn't actually matter at all. Like, none of the grades go towards your final grade, so kind of don't need to, but I would like to. But yeah, mainly just keeping up with the work and not letting it like pile up like I did with college. That was not a good experience. The next one is to do some work experience of some kind. I don't really know what yet. Obviously I'm doing a hair and makeup course, so it'll be something to do with that, but I don't know if it's going to be like a university directed kind of thing, or if it's going to be something that I actually like go out and do by myself as like a separate thing. I don't know yet, but we'll see. And then the last one for this section, very small section, and also doesn't even fit in this category at all, so ignore that, but it is having like a secret project of some kind in the works, even if it's like not completed, just like be working on it. And I've obviously left that as like a very vague term because I obviously don't know what opportunities I'm gonna get this year. I don't know what is possible to do this year. I don't know, some kind of career project is what I mean, by the way. So for example, my initial thought is merch. So like, even if I don't release merch this year, then I at least want to have like designed it. But then it's also not specific to just merch, it could be like anything. I don't know. Moving on to the social media category. So the first goal I've set myself for this category is to actually post consistently on all of my social medias, being YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So for YouTube, for example, I have actually set myself a upload schedule now, so 12 p.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays. Hopefully I can stick to that the entire year. I doubt that I will. I will try to stick to it. I will try and stick to it. And then by the end of the year, I want to be on like a consistent flow of posting at least once a week on Instagram, and then every day on TikTok. That's a lot bigger of a goal, but at least like a few times a week on TikTok. Okay, right, we'll settle it to that. Feel free to follow me on TikTok if you want to hold me to that. And then while we're on the topic of TikTok, then another goal that I have for that is to get into the TikTok Creator Fund. This is actually probably one of the biggest goals on here, because to get into the TikTok Creator Fund you need to have at least 10,000 followers, which I currently have 1.6k, so it's a long way to go, but maybe we can do it, possibly. Again, go follow me on that if you want to contribute towards that. The next one is kind of specific to YouTube, but also I guess is kind of relevant to all of my social medias, and that is to actually make content that I want to make, which I'm not saying that I don't enjoy the content that I make now. Obviously I wouldn't make it if I didn't enjoy it, but it's just not the content that I want to make long term, if that makes sense. And like, it doesn't really go towards my final goal. I don't really have a final goal, but you know what I mean. It doesn't go towards my future vision of my channel, the content that I'm making right now. Also, I'm not saying that my content is gonna like completely change. It's not. It's just gonna kind of expand, I guess, to like different areas of my life other than just university and vlogs, you know. For the next one, I was debating putting like a number goal on YouTube. The issue with like subscriber goals is that, for one thing, you kind of have like very limited control of that. Obviously I can like control what content I put out and stuff, but like it's not something that I have like full control over, so it's quite difficult to work towards. And also the fact that I have absolutely no gauging of like how many subscribers I would have in a year. Like, I can't even put an estimate on that. So I instead gave myself a view goal. So I want to reach 1 million views like total on my channel by the end of the year. So not like 1 million views on one video, but 1 million views overall on my channel, which I'm currently on like a little over 200,000 I think right now, so almost like a quarter of the way there already, except like half of that is from one video, which go watch if you haven't already seen it. But I've crunched the numbers and I've calculated that if I actually stick to my upload schedule that I set myself, I need to be getting about 8,000 views like on average per video, which is obviously more than I get now on average, but also is not that unreasonable of a goal, so hopefully we can hit that goal. And then the last goal for this section, which kind of goes against every other aspect of this section, is to cut my screen time down to 1.5 hours on my phone, that is. My average now is about 3 hours a day, so if I can cut that in half by the end of the year, then that'll be pretty good, and that's not insane to achieve, maybe. Anyway, moving on to the next section, which is the skills kind of section. The first one for this is to get better at skateboarding. Wouldn't take a lot, I can barely even stand on it right now. But if you saw the what I got for Christmas video, then you will know that I got a skateboard for Christmas. So far I've only had a total of about like 3 hours practice on it. Haven't even brought it here because there wasn't enough room in the car, so I'm not even going to be able to practice until at least next month. But by the end of the year, mainly in summer I'm gonna like practice like every single day, but by the end of the year I want to actually properly be able to skateboard. Next one is to read 12 books. So this one is like not actually unrealistic at all, provided that I actually like keep up with it, because obviously like 12 books is on average like 1 book a month, which if I read at the like pace and consistency that I am now, like I literally read every day now, it should be really easy. But I also know myself, and I know that I will go through phases of just not reading for like months at a time. So I really want to actually stick to the habit of reading this time, which obviously if I do, then this should be a pretty easy goal. So anyway, moving on to the next one, which is again quite a vague one, and that is just to journal more. See, my issue with journaling, and the reason that I don't do it that much now, is because I know that I will literally spend hours doing it. Like, I know that if I intend to just sit down and write a journal entry for like 10 minutes, I will literally be writing for about 4 hours. So I like can't make time for it. So I really need to just get more into the habit of like setting a timer and just writing for like 10 minutes every day, for example, instead of like not journaling for a month and then having a month's worth of stuff to talk about in one entry that then takes me like 5 hours to write. Can't breathe. Right, last one. Well, last one for this section anyway, and that is to cook new meals, because obviously I'm a student and I actually have to cook for myself now, which is fine. I'm not bad at cooking, except the only things that I ever make are pasta and no, that's it. That is it. But yeah, I actually want to like learn to cook new meals this year, because right now like cooking feels like such a chore, but I feel like if I actually start to cook new things, then I'll enjoy cooking more, if that makes sense. My camera battery is very close to running out of charge, so we are going to speedily move through the last 3, which this is the other miscellaneous section. So the first one is to find new music, because like I was looking back at my playlist from January last year, because I said before on Spotify I make a new playlist every month, and yeah, I was looking at the playlist from January last year, comparing it to my new January playlist, and honestly like the same songs are in it. Like I just don't listen to new songs, so I want to kind of expand my music taste. So if you have any good music suggestions, let me know. Also follow me on Spotify. Next is to make friends. That'd be great. So obviously I just started university and I moved like to the other end of the country, so I like know nobody anywhere in the area. Doesn't help that with obviously the pandemic that it is basically impossible to meet people right now. So literally the only people that I know in this area are the people in my flat and the people on my course. That is literally it, of which I am close to like none of them. So I actually want to make some close friends this year, hopefully. And then the last one, we are literally so close to running out of battery, and that is kind of a mixture of all of these goals anyway, and that is to actually prioritize my mental health this year and kind of fix it slash just maintain where I'm at right now. Like right now I'm actually like the happiest and like best mental state that I've been in a very long time, and it kind of just came out of nowhere, which is good obviously, but also kind of scary because I feel like it could go back down just as fast as it came, if that makes sense. So absolute shocker, the camera battery ran out, so I'm now filming the last little bit of this video on my phone, so sorry if the quality sucks. But anyway, like I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, want to actually prioritize my mental health this year in whatever way that means, whether that's going to therapy possibly, or taking days off when I actually need them, so I don't know, just whatever that means at that time is what I'm gonna do. And anyway, yeah, that is the last of the goals. I think that was 21, actually I didn't like fully count them, so I don't even know if that was 21, but regardless, that is the end of the list, so hope you got some ideas or just enjoyed listening to mine, I don't know. And like I've said about 25 times in this video already, I am doing part 2 to this video where I'll be going more in depth into how I'm actually going to be achieving these goals. So subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't already, because that video should be out on Wednesday at 12 PM GMT if I actually stick to my upload schedule. If I can even make it through the first week of January without like I can't talk. If I can't make it 1 week into January without messing up I don't know what I'm saying. If I can't even make it a week into January with like sticking to a sleep schedule, upload schedule, oh my god. If I can't make it the first week of January keeping to an upload schedule, then that's doesn't bode well for the rest of the year, is what I was trying to say. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Already said that. Comment down below your goals for this year, and so we can all get ideas off of each other. And follow me on social media if you would like. They are all down in the description. And I think that is everything. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.